Hello, you know it had to be done, but hello, and welcome, boys and girls.
It had to be done. It had to be done. I agree.
Boys and
I
girls,
agree, it
stop
had
it
to be
here.
done.
It had to be done. In every
It had to be
single
done.
Batman appearance so far, like I've worn the mask today before the stream started. The mask was lying on my desk, and it was like it was almost like a Green Goblin conversation. It was calling out to me like Sahil, where me? Sahil, where me?
I just want to know when you last watched it.
I don't
That's my
remember.
only question. I just want to know when you last watched it.
This is, oh god, this is so hot.
You're missing the little raccoon patches. You're missing the little
Yeah,
raccoon
that's
patches.
that's the only thing. I'm missing the little bit of. I actually thought maybe I would go full ad hoc. Maybe I would like just literally paint my eyes black and actually commit to it. But then I realized that would be a lot. So yeah.
Then we'd call you Robert Pattinson.
What a start! What a start! We are back. I can't believe it. Sorry guys for last week, but we are back. Welcome.
It happened.
Welcome.
It happened. It was gonna happen. It happened.
It had to happen,
It was
man.
gonna happen. It was gonna happen. It's happened. That pressure is off us. Like you hold in pee for a whole night, and that first piss you take. This was like that. It had to happen.
Yeah.
We will now probably piss more often over the course of the night. But it had to happen. It's done.
But we are going to definitely like commit back, going back to our regular. Oh, I can't believe we are committing. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. So yeah, yeah, welcome, boys, girls, league. Welcome back to another episode of Binge-O-Clock. Before we start, you guys know the announcements. Number one is that take this link, send it to every contact
Everyone.
possible.
Everyone.
Tell them
ever.
Sahil, Rohan, and
You know
the
all
Geek
those
Boys.
people who send you like random property, like WhatsApp. You send this to them.
Yeah.
You are vengeance.
Yeah. Just message I am vengeance
it.
and I am hope and everything. Send it. Like the stream if you're and subscribe if you're new
Like
to
the
the
shit
channel.
out of it. Like the shit
Out of
Crazy.
it, and we'll keep asking. The more you like it, the more people will know that we are online. More people will be like, okay, cool, let's watch these guys. And on that note, those are all the announcements that I had. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please give it up for the lovely gentlemen of Team Geek Fruit. Give it up for Tejas, Dinkar, and Jishnu. Hey!
Oh, hello, friends. What's going on?
Oh my god, I'm so excited to be here.
With the Batman.
Yeah.
Hey, Tejas, Supanya energy.
This is
Hey.
the bedroom producer Batman also. I love it. It's so good.
Lo-fi beats.
This is
Lo-fi
the
beats.
live stream Batman, you know, like, hey guys,
is so
please
good.
like and subscribe to my channel, guys.
I'm excited. Oh, thanks.
Okay, wait, I
Robert
have to-
Pattinson was just making beats while he was wearing his costume.
DJ Batman.
Yeah.
DJ Batman. Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, I have to definitely at least remove this. Wait. Oh god, I can't breathe.
I was
Yeah,
wondering.
dude, mad,
Very
mad,
good.
mad
Oh
commitment. I love
wow.
it.
Oh wow.
Dude,
Oh
this-
shit,
Wow.
Sahil! Oh my god.
You should have put eye makeup. You should have worn the
That's crazy.
kajal and all that. Gone full.
Yeah,
emo.
where's your smoky eye, Sahil?
Where's your bad eye?
I revealed my identity. Shit. You guys shouldn't have known that I was Batman all along. I think the voice would have given it away, you know. Where is he? I am vengeance. They're like,
I
yeah,
think one of you has played. Ron, you've played Batman in our table read before.
I've played-
and
yes.
Sahil, you played the Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Joker.
Yeah,
So this
yeah,
is
exactly.
This is not new for you guys. You guys
No,
done
not
it.
at all. This is just us in the our unmasked civilian identity.
I was just going back through history, right? In the research of all Batman conversations, I remember we had first had, I think Rohan many I think
trailer
2 years
discussion.
ago, we had done a trailer
Yeah.
discussion. And
The
we had-
first time I tried to start my streaming journey.
Yeah, that's right. That is true.
The
I do
first of
remember
many attempts.
with a live PowerPoint presentation being made, and it was very professional for that time.
It was
And
crazy.
Then the table read, which I don't know whether the table read is still there or no. Is it
Oh
still there?
yeah.
It's
Of
there
course it
online.
is. Yeah, it's very much
there.
on our YouTube channel,
Okay,
and
so-
it is a riot. It's great.
So so basically a long time ago we had done a table read for was it the Dark Knight?
We did
Yes,
it for
yes.
Halloween. I think.
Dark
Yeah,
Knight
we
on
did Dark Knight.
Halloween 2020.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Where it was
years ago.
absolutely fantastic. Rohan
was
was
so much fun.
Batman. I was Joker.
You were
I think
awesome. I remember that. You were
Yeah,
awesome.
I
you were good.
rehearsed my laugh beforehand. I
You-
literally
yeah,
went
yeah,
to the
yeah, yeah.
bathroom and I
Good, at
I
least-
rehearsed my laugh because I was like, dude,
So good.
Good, I'm
These
glad you
two
did
were
because-
so drunk.
Yeah.
Because
They
somebody
were
in this
hammered
movie did
and
not.
did fuck all.
Who was hammered?
It was
Who
great.
was hammered?
What you talking
These other
about?
two.
Oh.
These other two.
Are you serious?
Because Because if you remember, it was the whole cast was like a dozen people, I think, all included. Give or take,
Abish
right?
was there as well, I
Everybody
remember.
Yeah.
in peak lockdown, in isolation, desperate for human contact. These two managed to get out. Dinkar went to Tejas' house and they were like, "Hey, buddy, human beings, let's get shit faced." Oh, right,
Nice.
we have a stream to do. Let's
Nice,
do a
nice,
stream.
nice.
Also, I guess.
Well
that
done.
stream went
Very
off
jealous.
without a
Very
hitch.
jealous.
I don't remember doing this, which might mean that we were shit-faced.
But yeah.
Also, I'd just like to point out that Halloween was the 31st of October. The lockdown was over, which means that they had
They
been
were
making
just
contact with
shit-faced for the
human beings.
heck of
They
it.
just weren't hanging out with you.
Yeah.
No, we had another
Yeah.
one. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
we have another
yeah,
one
yeah,
in like another lockdown in like a couple of months. It's just
Yeah,
about catching
yeah.
the windows between the
It was
streets.
the first
friends.
one.
Yeah.
It was the first one.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
sorry,
nice,
I
Sasha. Well
was
done.
posting the link for the table read,
Well
and
done.
yeah, now
Shabbat.
that we have got out our Batman love today, we are having a very fantastic conversation with regards to this movie that we have seen. And before we begin, just let's straight up come to the point. Did you like it or did you not?
There's
See,
no
yes.
Who are
planet
we
on
waiting
which I'm
for?
going first. There's no planet on which I'm going first.
I'll go
Oh,
first.
you
I
go
loved
first.
it. It was great. What a great film.
Yeah.
What an enjoyable ride. What a good time at the theater after a while, and I enjoyed. Yeah, I thought it was great.
What
It
a
was movie.
what a good long time at the theater.
What a good long time. Hey, I know. I keep saying I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But you know what? You can have both. You could.
I also enjoyed it, though I have some reservations, but overall, solid. I enjoyed.
What's like? But also, the Batman is so like last week, guys. Why are we not talking about like Obi-Wan Kenobi already? Like,
Is it out already?
It's out.
no,
The
no. There's
trailer
some
also?
photographs which are
There are
some
some
photographs
stills.
just dropped.
They've released stills
That's
of the
crazy.
man
I
standing
love
next to a
stills.
wall.
Oh.
A man in a
best.
brown cloak standing next to a brown wall on top of brown
Man.
sand.
Exciting.
man.
I'm sold
Stills are my
already.
jam.
What a time to be alive. The Batman, Obi-Wan. Let's talk about the Batman.
Jishnu?
But yeah, what they said basically, it was great. It was very, 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 very good. But a lot of buts.
Lot of
Mainly the one being
Yeah,
too
yeah.
long. But it was still great. It was still great. I mean, like we've already actually talked about it, the three of us on our podcast, which isn't out yet. So we know what we have to think about it. So I'm curious what
No, I've changed
the
my
two of
mind, Jishnu, since we recorded our episode. I have nits, and they will be picked today. But I did love the movie.
Okay. So I saw the movie. I remember I saw it on like a Saturday afternoon. I went, saw the movie. And firstly, I made a mistake. I didn't even see it in IMAX because there were no tickets available, right? So I got really annoyed because at the theater I saw it in the speakers were in the front. So I'm like, oh, I'm not getting surround sound experience, and I was getting irritated with that. Okay, okay, chal. Then I started watching the movie. No expectations. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna not have any expectations. I saw it, ended it. I didn't feel great. I felt like although I have to mention there was one hero that I thoroughly enjoyed. At the end of the movie, the usher came to me and he's like, "Sir, no post credits," and I'm like, "This is the man. This is the
guy.
hero." We
Well
did.
done.
The man we
He
need.
is hope. He is hope.
Very good.
And-
That's so good. Yeah, no, good on you.
And
There isn't one, yeah.
Yeah, I felt very like,
Yeah.
I felt meh, and I felt bad for feeling meh because I loved the character to bits, right? And I'm not saying it was fully meh. There are some really epic moments which I want to discuss. And I was like, shit, Rohan's watching it in the afternoon. I really hope that, I don't know if he likes it, then it's going to be a fun conversation between us. Because, I'm on the other side, he's on that side. Then he messaged, he like,
I see.
You guys are wrong.
Okay.
That's what you brought the three of us on.
Okay. So, all right. This is one of those things where there will be many prefaces and then there will be many buts. All right. I love Matt Reeves. All right. I fucking unabashedly love Matt Reeves. All right. His work in the Apes films is just, all right. It's fucking awesome. There was a gigantic Cloverfield poster. The first poster I ever had in this house was a Cloverfield poster. All right. I love the Batman. I am a huge fan of the Batman. All right. And when it started, I was like, oh man, this could be something special, because when it starts, it really feels like so many classic Batman arcs, right? Just the idea that one murder which then leads to the Batman sort of having to do detective things, which then sort of unravels many other threads. And in actually, weirdly enough, like some of the best Batman stories, he's a step behind. Like really, really many steps behind, even though he's this great detective, etc. But I don't know, man. It was less than the sum of its parts, in the sense that I mean, the length is sure one thing, but also even as it, like, a lot of people are like, as a hardcore Batman fan, I love it because, you know, it's. I'm like, if you're a hardcore Batman fan, every single one of these beats is familiar with absolutely no change to it. All right, like no change sort of at all. And after a point, I was just, the other thing that really didn't work for me was, I don't know how to explain. I'm not saying I need gigantic action set pieces. I'm not saying I need dragons flying out of the sky. I don't even need Batman to fucking fly like he occasionally does in the Arkham games. But nothing ever felt like I watched an action sequence. It was like he'd show up, he'd punch 4 guys, they'd be down, and then he'd just sort of move on. And all, I don't know. It just overall, like Sahil said, like I walked out of the theater and my overwhelming, this thing was just, I was just tired. Like and there was definitely stuff that I loved. All right, I thought the score was great. I thought the mood was great. I thought the Riddler was great. I thought the Penguin was great, but I have no idea why they cast Colin Farrell in this. Like, it could have been.
Yeah, that's the same
literally,
thing. Like, I saw it with Meghna.
like-
She like, I told her that's Colin Farrell. She like, but why? You know, like.
Yeah, like, but why? Literally, like, but why? It's like if Danny DeVito is not available, you don't hire Colin Farrell and then dress him up as Danny DeVito. Like, you can hire somebody who's vaguely like Danny DeVito and then this thing. And overall, I don't know. I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. And I really wanted to love it. All right.
Did you have very high expectations, man?
No, I didn't. I did not. In fact, I went in there going, you know what? Just nothing. No expectations.
Yeah, same.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I just want to watch.
Same.
I just want to watch a movie, and I could have watched 30 less minutes of this movie. Like, and it's just, before we get into spoilers, etc. I don't want to get into spoilers, but yeah, there's just parts of it, especially towards the end, where it feels like even they were just sort of done. Like, the creative team was also done 25 minutes ago. And then they had to
I'm with you on a lot of counts. Like, I went in completely clean. I want to essentially no marketing for this beyond like the few posters and whatnot. I saw no full-blown trailer.
Quiet.
I saw
that first trailer.
Yeah.
I saw that first trailer and that was it.
That's the problem, you guys. Watch the fucking trailer.
You weren't hyped enough.
You weren't hyped, bro. Watch
hyped
all
enough,
the
right?
trailers. Watch all the interviews. Went in, dude. What an experience!
I'm with you completely on the fatigue. I felt like I think I enjoyed it quite a bit more than you from the sounds of it, Rohan. But I agree with a lot of the fatigue and the fact that it didn't feel the most actiony. Now, to that end, one thing is, like, one of the biggest, most anticipated moments in any Batman movie is, when's the Batmobile going to show up? What's the Batmobile going to do? Right? Because Batman is like one of the manliest Superman out there, right? He's a man's man. He's a tech guy. He's got the cool gadgets. He's like James Bond, but with a cape, right? He's got everything, right? So in this one, when they had the Batmobile, cool as it was, because obviously, it's the Batmobile, it can't not be cool. It was very cool. I felt like Matt Reeves was just checking off a checkbox, like a list he had to go down.
For sure.
And with a lot of the fight scenes, I think, yes, they weren't the most they weren't the best fight scenes we've ever seen. Even when, some flying type of action happens, it doesn't last very long. But also, it's kind of written into the script as such. I feel like he was writing a more solemn movie, which I think he nailed with, like you said, tonally, with the score, with the whole vibe, just directing a more solemn noir movie. He did a great job of that. But Batman's tropes that everybody looks forward to so much that you can't not include kind of felt a little shoehorned in. And if we're not going to get into spoilers, I'll just mention a moment towards the end of the movie, which is a good 2.5 hours in, where there's a big character realization of his arc about what he's doing and why he's doing it, which involves a very prolonged fight scene where he's just beating away at somebody. Now, it was basically a silent scene felt like 5 minutes, could have been 3 or 4 or less even, but it felt forever because in silence, Batman's wailing away at somebody and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm doing. I'm not supposed to hurt. I'm supposed to help, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Now, had that happened 2 hours prior, it would have sat much, much better. But by that point, I'm so tired of this. I was like, I agree. This is a good move. Everything about this is good, but you kind of like missed the boat on this one. So on the whole, 8 on 10, man. It was just like, There's a lot of
8
belaboring.
on 10, Jishnu, how dare you? This is it's a straight 14 on 10, you guys. No, it's not. But it's a great movie. I just want to say, Dinkar, I see it in your eyes. You want to defend this movie like me. So you go ahead.
Exactly. Sure. I mean, I didn't realize Jishnu was going to be a turncoat in this.
I know. I was so.
That said, after all of Jishnu's criticisms, he went with an 8, which is kind of where I'm at also. I'm just a more positive 8. I'm a glass half full 8 out of 10 kind of guy.
I think this movie is a 9, dude. It's a straight up, it's a 9. It's not a 10. You know, the way we, when we did the podcast, the thing that we opened with was talking about how much we appreciate the Tim Burton and Chris Nolan takes now that there's so many definitive takes on this thing. And
which is not a defense of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. My point is that now that we have so many different options of Batman, and hey, listen, for me, I'm coming out of 2 literally exact same Batman outings, which was Zack Snyder's Justice League. And you guys know how I feel about that movie.
And Justice League.
Justice League and Zack Snyder.
You have to appreciate
those movies.
You have to give one sec. You have to give Matt Reeves credit. He made his own Snyder cut. He was like, I make me 9 hours long.
See,
the director's cut.
I hate Justice League. I think Justice League is trash. So coming out of that, and I don't mind Ben Affleck. I think Ben Affleck is great. But that Batman compared to this Batman, we're seeing something from the top. And it reminds me so much of like the animated series. It reminds me of Arkham Asylum. It reminds me of Long Halloween, of Year One, of Dark Victory. There's so many elements from all the things that they delivered on the things that I really wanted to see in the Batman
vibes
movie.
are a 10 on 10 in this movie.
Vibes 10 on 10. Vibes 10 on 10.
That's kind of why I like it also. But it feels like you were saying, Rohan, it reminds you of so many things, and that's why you didn't like it. Whereas that's kind of why it worked for us.
Yeah.
No, the reason my problem is, right? Like, here's the thing. Like, for me, I'm like, as somebody who is a Batman fan and who has seen sort of those things done, you don't necessarily want to see it done exactly the way it was done. You want to see something that takes that and then maybe recontextualizes it a little bit or changes. Because here's the thing. If I'm a fan and if you're telling me this is a great detective story, if I know by that logic what the mystery is, as a result of knowing that nothing will change or that's my issue with it, right? Like, there are, like, for example, I love, like, for me, some of my favorite scenes it wasn't even about like Batman and Catwoman, just seeing multiple scenes of a 2-shot where Gordon and Batman are in the same frame. Right? That idea of it being a sort of buddy cop thing between the two, which is some classic Batman panels, right? That was done so beautifully. And I'm like, but this isn't a mystery that's going to shock us in any way.
Man, but the endings of all the mysteries, right? Like the problem with the this going into this film, also kind of a game that I've always talked about is the Telltale series Batman, and it has so many references to that. With the Waynes being not as clean cut as as they're made, and that's the only way to contextualize rich billionaires in today's societies being with this really perfect record. Obviously it's not perfect, it can't exist, and so it kind of gives Batman a reason to also exist, because he can't do as much as Bruce Wayne because of his name also being dragged through the mud. So I think when we watched the animated movie, remember Dinkar, we watched the animated Hush film, right? And obviously love the comics. The Riddler is so great in the Hush comic. He's awesome. But the animated movie, what they did is, because they knew everybody knows who the identity of Hush is, because it's become such a popular arc and such a popular comic, and the villain has come back in different iterations. It's like we knew who Hush is. That's the whole thing. You know who Hush is. Or like Red Hood, who these guys are. And in the Hush animated movie, I think Red Hood, they kept the original story, and we were like, cool.
They kept it.
But Hush, they changed it, and it was the most dumb thing to do, just to kind of change people's expectations, for the sake of doing it. And then I was just like, yo, that's not what I want. But
I'm not saying subvert my expectations for the sake of it. I'm saying there's a clever way to do it, right? Like, in the sense that you can take what people know and recontextualize it well, right? Like
I thought that's what it did, though. Like, one of my favorite things about this movie is that finally, when we get to that interrogation, are we spoiling? By the way,
Okay, so
sorry.
that's what I wanted to say, right? That's what I wanted to say.
let's,
I feel we've tread a nice, peaceful ground, okay? And I feel we should just like literally have one non-spoiler moment before we go into full spoiler territory. Otherwise, we are going to hold ourselves back, and there's a lot of opinions that need to be said.
Yep.
Okay.
I love the title, The Batman.
Yeah, literally,
Love
it is The Batman.
I'm waiting for a Batman now. Also. That would be great. And other Batman, like that would be nice also.
So I'll just ask one question and then we straight away get into spoiler discussion. Robert Pattinson as Batman. Battinson, right?
Pattinson, yeah.
Great or not? I loved him as Batman.
Fuck yeah. Dude, the man is the closest thing to a comic book Batman.
Not as Bruce Wayne though. Not as Bruce Wayne. I felt like
not a great Bruce.
He's
very
Bruce
good Batman.
Wayne.
So,
But he also,
for me,
weirdly, there wasn't much Bruce.
So I think that's the thing. For me,
Nice.
the problem was he had the Peter Capaldi problem. He's a perfectly good actor. And he'd make a perfectly good doctor. But the writing's just shit. Like, in the sense, like, we're going to get into spoilers, and I have so many problems with the writing on Bruce.
Let's go. Spoiler territory.
Like,
we are getting into spoilers. If you're watching, you can join the stream. You can just watch the stream.
Let's go.
Let's go. Spoilers.
Like, Bruce Wayne.
Batman dies.
Bruce Wayne's like, he's just like, he's the worst though, Bruce Wayne.
He's a
Like,
brat.
in
I
this
think that's fine.
And so, again, all right, there's a way to write Brat well. Like, let me put it this way, all right? There's parts of Brat which are understandable, but don't go CW on me, all right? Don't. And the scenes between him and Alfred was straight CW nonsense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, for
I thought
example-
I was watching a Gotham TV show
Right.
extension.
And no, and it's literally like, dude, he basically literally has scenes where he's looking at Alfred and being like, "Tum to kaise janoge, Alfred? Tum to sahi mein Wayne the hi nahi." Like
Yeah, but we have to start this boy from scratch, man.
Are
He's
sure
a
he
brat.
started boy from scratch? He might be a brat, but look, Alfred is the one thing that has never wavered in the Batman mythology, in the sense
Concur.
that at this age, if you don't know that Alfred is the fucking guy who raised you, then fuck off.
No, but you know
Like-
what's
like,
so awesome?
fuck off.
I disagree. Okay, like we were talking about this on the pod as well. This is not League of Shadows Batman, right? Like he's not gone to that school. Okay, he's learned boxing from Alfred, and he said, "I'm going to be Batman." Now the thing is that maybe his relationship is something that hasn't been explored in this. We're not even coming into origin story Batman like Christian Bale or whatever. We're going straight like into year two. Like one of the scenes that makes me think about that a lot is the scene in the hospital. Okay, Alfred's in the hospital. He wakes up, his eyes open, and he just looks at Bruce and he smiles. He's like, "Oh, I'm alive. My Bruce is alive."
Yeah, and Bruce is like,
Bruce is just
"Fuck
like, "You fucking lied to me." Like, the
Also,
first thing he said.
while we're at it,
And I was
again,
just like-
another Bruce Alfred scene. That's just the dumbest thing in the world, all right? Where Alfred's entire defense of Thomas Wayne is, he didn't know that going to the most powerful mobster in town was going to result in
end
that
badly.
reporters.
But no, but he was committed to it.
Fuck
Right?
off.
Like
No,
the
but
way
still,
it
my
works
point
is that
When
he's
for Alfred
saved
to
his
be like,
life.
he never meant for anybody. No, come on, bro. That's like some serious random exoneration that is happening.
I think this is a morally grey Wayne family. There's an Arkham
No,
lineage
that's
in
fine.
this thing
But
as
just
well.
this idea that he never, and I'm like, you know what? No, this is now you're just sort of, you don't know how to write yourself out of this corner, or you don't have the sort of capability to write yourself out of this corner organically. And it just felt very like,
I don't know. For me, it feels like, okay, you know what it does? It just takes the Waynes, okay, and it says that, okay, cool, they're not perfect. And Batman is not perfect. Batman is vengeance right now, right? He's not a perfect Batman. He sees what happens if he's going to continue down this path. And there's like a parallel there that, okay, my parents weren't perfect. I need to be better. And you can't exonerate them completely, but at the same time, you cannot make them complete villains, because then this entire boy's mission is wayward. Like it's dumb. It reminds me of like
Okay,
then
let me ask.
Alfred is-
Whichever way you
but
look at it.
Tejas, तुम्हें कैसे पता? तुम तो
Yeah,
कभी Wayne थे ही
yeah.
नहीं.
I'll tell you why.
Was anybody actually endeared by the end of it to the Alfred Bruce dynamic by the
No.
end? Because at the start I was like, yeah, let's do this Andy Serkis and
No.
Pattinson,
I'm
let's do
already
it.
endeared.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm
what
endeared
a,
to
I was
Andy
out,
Serkis.
like-
what a bad guy who is reading other people's letters. He deserves to be blasted.
That's his job, okay? It's
No,
not Aunt
Alfred
Harriet's job.
is not going to be like
That's
opening.
his job.
So, let me ask: do you
Signing
think
autographs
is it
as, "Hey,
possible-
this is
it
Batman."
possible-
But Bruce Wayne could khulega kya? He's not going to take his mail and let
Bruce
him open it.
Wayne damned Alfred to near death the second he said, "तुम तो कभी Wayne थे ही नहीं." He damned, everybody knows
No.
that's how you damn a character to death straight away.
That's true.
If
That's
you take
true.
a father
Hey,
figure,
hang on.
He's a brat.
Is
Question.
it possible that
Question.
Alfred here is
Yes,
also kind
yes,
of an
Jishnu.
asshole? Because I think
It's
that might
possible
make
that
sense.
Alfred is an asshole, but he's not an asshole. He's just protected Bruce by not telling him the truth, and
by
that's
being
fair.
an asshole, he hasn't told him the truth.
He's not an asshole. I'm just saying
But dude,
everyone
again,
is
that-
grey in this movie.
and I
Everyone
get
is
that
morally
he's
grey in
not
this
become
movie.
Bruce Wayne and all of that. But the thing that I found again very funny and very Bollywood is that it's like, oh, we have to go meet accountants. So the accountants are here. Cut to 14 scenes later. There was a point where it almost felt like it was an episode. Like I felt like The Sixth Sense, where Alfred is Haley Joel Osment and Batman is Bruce Willis, and maybe Bruce Wayne doesn't exist. Like for all you know, right? Like Alfred, as far as I know, is the only person that up until like I would say like the 95-minute mark of the movie has ever actually seen Bruce Wayne. And I'm like,
Yeah.
is
I
this the
agree.
take he's going for?
Absolutely. And I somehow thought, like, I read that as intentional. Like, it seems like Bruce Wayne doesn't really exist here. Like, even when he turns up as Bruce
You're
Wayne
right.
and other people see him,
Yeah, he's barely
he
there.
behaves
Yeah,
exactly like the Batman. Like, it's a worse disguise than Clark Kent and Superman. He's just
It's a
like
terrible
like,
disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of the idea. Like, at least, so maybe it's a charitable way of looking at it. But I thought the idea is that the Batman has to figure out that Bruce Wayne is also important. So there's that scene where he talks to that politician lady,
100%. Yeah.
and she kind of like basically says this in as many words. She's like, dude, where the fuck are you? We have a
So you know what?
vigilante industry.
I'll give you that. That's one of those things where I'm like, if going forward in the movies, that's a character development they can actually explore. Like that's something I would want to see in the next film. I want to see way more Bruce Wayne. In the sense that I want to see him sort of become this person. I want to, because again, today I will accept it as a great screenwriting decision. If you go that the fact that he doesn't care about like the company or any of that stuff, is just the fact that he thinks Batman is legacy. But like, and again, right, it could be because I'm like pushing 40 or whatever, but I would, before like anybody said, this is my parents'
What?
legacy. And I was like, who do you think pays for it? Who do you think pays for this shit, bro? Like, where the fuck do you think?
One second. Roll this back.
You need to change.
Roll this back.
You need to change your fucking whatever windshield,
heard
bulletproof
pushing
windshield
40.
every night because you go on this fucking drive.
Okay,
And
you know
you
what's
don't
happening,
care about your
Rohan?
company.
Here's what's happening, Rohan.
Jack
Rohan is moving
is
out of the
losing it.
age of being a Bruce Wayne.
I am
character, and
Thomas
he's
Wayne
becoming
years
more
old.
Alfred
I am
now.
Thomas
Yeah.
Wayne
Yeah,
years old.
exactly.
Right? I am Thomas Wayne years old. So this is not a good sign. Sahil has disappeared.
No,
I
no,
did
my
see a
video,
Sahil
cat
said
tail.
my video
enough.
accidentally went off. My video
I
accidentally
saw your
went
cat tail briefly, and
off.
I was like,
I
it's all
think
gone
so.
horribly wrong.
That's Catwoman is here.
I wanted to ask because I couldn't quite remember. Speaking of like Alfred just keeping information or being a dick with regard to opening or reading letters, it was in Dark Knight, right, where Alfred burnt a letter meant for Bruce,
Yeah.
which he didn't let him read.
From
Yeah.
Richard
God,
Dawes.
Alfred is
Jesus.
badly behaved
So-
throughout. My bad. He's just a
So yeah,
badly
it's on
behaved
brand.
guy.
I was like, hang on. In
A
some ways, it's
butler has
actually
many
No,
responsibilities.
Alfred is
you can
protecting him.
it's just handled better.
I just want.
That was a very excellent execution of Alfred being a dick. This one, not so much.
I just want to know, right? I mean, I feel like everybody has their superpowers, and I feel Alfred has to have the highest level of superpowers, wherein a bomb literally explodes in his hand, and he's
No,
like,
no.
One
What? He
Band-Aid.
throws it. No, he throws it. The difference is the Batman's wearing a leather mask. Okay, everything else is bulletproof. First of all,
Yeah.
like I said, everybody's calling this movie so realistic and all that stuff. He takes like a bomb in the face. All right.
No, that was weird as fuck.
He takes
He's
a bomb in the
fine.
face.
He has bomb-proof hands.
But 1 second, he's Batman. It's okay. It's allowed.
Batman, it's allowed.
This is the way to protect yourself
Dude,
against bombs.
this is how you do it. This is how
The
you
Power
do it.
Ranger.
Like Sridevi knew all along. Like every movie in the 80s was trying to tell us. Every
Dude,
movie in the
dude.
80s was trying to tell us, dude.
Yeah, but come on, listen. If we gotta pick the nits, they gotta be larger nits, okay? And I want to say that there are
Dude,
plenty of things about
okay,
the
in
Nolan
fact-
films that are worthy of this level of of
But
discussion.
the Nolan film lays
minutiae.
out a more fantastical universe.
Bro,
And
I
the
love
Nolan
those
films
Nolan
made us
films.
feel better.
Yes.
The Nolan films
Yes.
worked much better.
No,
like, this not that this didn't
I don't-
work. It just the flaws sting harder. They sting more. Like they last.
I
you
think
know, they show the wounds.
the feels are obviously more in the Nolan films because he's going for feels, he's going for spectacle, he's going for that like emotional kind of thing. This one is a lot darker. It is obviously a lot grittier, and I don't think we're gonna have that payoff until a little later on. I think we need to know where that comes from. That's why I liked it because it's different. man.
Listen,
It's super different.
I personally feel that everything, like, even, and this is my major grouse. I even thought Joker, I didn't like Joker one bit, Okay.
The movie?
Ew.
Yeah.
Or the
didn't-
character?
I didn't like Joker
Oh,
the movie.
I thought you meant both.
Character for
I
me
didn't like either.
is
No,
my
as in the
absolute
character in this
favorite.
movie.
This Joker.
No, this Joker is not even counted. This Joker is not even counted.
Okay.
What?
Good.
Shadow?
Because it was not good.
No,
I didn't
no,
dig
it
it.
was
terrible.
good. Like at the theater, everything. Oh, this shit again. Like literally.
And the worst part is after that, we sat around and waited to find no post-credits. Like, why did we sit?
Oh,
We didn't have
shit.
Sahil's Usher.
I didn't have my Usher.
That
man.
was
I
the
didn't
killing
have
joke.
my-
That was the
hero.
killing joke.
But listen,
That-
Barry Keoghan, that's his name, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Barry
Yeah.
Keoghan, yeah.
Killer Joker. Have you seen?
Not as good as you, Sahil, but yes, I agree.
No, thank you. Oh,
True,
thank you.
true,
But
true.
see his smile. Oh my god, it's.
No, he's
such
awesome. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
I liked him in Eternals as well. He's great.
No, but like the Joker movie, okay, the main Joker movie, I didn't like it because, okay, as someone, see, I have always maintained that my love for Batman stems from the fact that I love the Joker. For me, it's a very iconic, fantastic characters. I've read everything about him. I've read, like, for me, Killing Joke is just so iconic a book. And this Joker was very
loved it.
circumstances led him to reach this point. You know, it's very like, oh, riot happened and now I am an icon thanks to riots. And I feel like even in this movie, like a lot of things were just circumstances. Like Batman finally finding out Riddler's plan and all. It's all just circumstances. It was not actual detective work. Riddler was like, hey, मैं क्या चाय पी लाओ आ जाओ मेरे साथ. You know.
Yeah,
like,
you're right, Sahil. It's not. You're not. That was not realistic at all. Nobody becomes an icon because of riots. That's not a thing that happens.
Yeah. I don't know what you're. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I think the Joker, the
So
film,
Batman.
was not great.
let's go back
I mean,
to the, yeah.
it was not great, but I enjoyed what I enjoyed about the Joker was, the same things that I like about this movie, which is that you get to see that perspective of the Waynes from a completely who's not Bruce's
Like a
perspective, right?
dicky
Ah,
side.
he's a dick, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's interesting to me. That and if you're
I
going to
think
live in that kind of
was
world,
better done in this
That
movie
was the
than
best
in
thing.
the Joker, though.
I concur. There was not too much. It didn't dwell on that as much in that film, to be fair. But like in this, I like that things are a little worse for the weather. The city looks like it's so run down.
Dude,
There's
city's
so
very
much rain.
bad. It's very
Lots
bad.
of-
Like even
No, I
festival
love
lights are not
Gotham.
coming
I
on.
love
Yeah.
Gotham. Like, it
I
was
think this
awesome.
was the best visual representation of Gotham that I've seen in a
100%.
long.
But I think
100%.
I don't think that
like-
it just becomes mise-en-scène. I think that lends itself to the script. Like that, you can't. It's not going to be those big romantic emotions that I don't know. In my opinion, I think the way it ends, where he's like helping people off the roof, I think that's about as real an emotion that this movie can offer at the level it is at. And Nolan's kinds of emotions with big sweeping Hans Zimmer scores with a 7-minute musical montage at the end, that's a different type of emotion. I think this one, this is what it was going for, and we got to be okay with it, and I think there's going to be a lot more in the sequel.
I'll just I'm going to say some things, okay? I know that I'm coming like maybe we are coming from a very nitpicky side, okay? And like I'll be very honest, there were moments of this film that I thoroughly loved. Him with the entire the light dragging the people, very nice, very nice, very Mumbai during monsoon vibes, with
Yeah.
That's why it's Jishnu's favorite moment in the movie. It became a disaster movie, and Jishnu was just like, suddenly his eyes lit up, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is not a third act Marvel." And
This is a Roland Emmerich movie now. This is great.
And it's nice,
Yeah.
the entire I am gonna be hope, I'm gonna be nice.
Yeah.
He's I love. There are so many things about this movie that I like. As Batman, also as a Batman fan, I thoroughly loved. But like I'm gonna say something, and this is gonna be a very unpopular opinion. It's gonna be a very divided opinion. Before
You love those.
Before I read, just 1 second, I'm just gonna quickly read some super chats. Aditya said, "Love and hate Nolan for making a Batman that will take a lot to beat, but that chase scene though, that's true. It was a fantastic chase sequence."
was great, yeah.
Smith said there was a post-credit flash, if not a scene. Yeah, there was not.
Yeah,
it
it's a
was
URL.
just a website. And the riddles
Yeah.
in the movie were a joke. A fifth grader could have solved them. Yes.
Yeah, Dinkar has a
Yes.
major grasp with that.
So,
Actually,
Dinkar, go for it. I'll
wait,
say
sorry,
my opinion for
are there
later.
more super chats?
No,
Okay,
that's it.
I was going to ask a separate, slightly larger than a nit thing that I wanted to pick at, which is I feel like the Riddler as a villain in this movie is not really very Riddler-like. It feels like basically
Yeah.
he's doing an off-brand Joker.
Yes, that was the
Yeah.
thing.
Finally,
That was the
finally,
thing.
this is where Dinkar and I
That-
part ways.
And that,
Dude,
I feel like a large
we
part
went
of I feel
fast
like-
and
I feel
furious
like
like
a
the end of this
large
movie.
part of the joy of this stream for me has been watching the three of you slowly talk yourselves out of your love for the Batman.
Last man standing,
You're the
me
last
here.
one. It's gonna.
My God.
But no, I agree with you. There's a point where I'm like, is this the Riddler? Is this Joker? Is this?
But the thing is though, I didn't mind that. Like I completely agree with Dinkar on that. It wasn't the Riddler. It wasn't the Riddler that I was expecting. A lot of this movie wasn't what I was expecting, but I still liked it.
I still enjoyed the character. I did enjoy the character. I enjoyed the character. Like it was fun.
It was
but again
Jigsaw.
here, I would like to absolutely.
Yes!
Jigsaw is a type of Riddler variant.
Yeah.
I'm all in for a Jigsaw. Batman versus Jigsaw, let's do it. Saw 8, Saw 9 through 10 through 20.
Villain.
Just like paint some circles on his face and let's go.
The only thing left in this, if they made a human centipede, Jishnu would have lost his shit. but no, listen, about the Riddler, I think he was very Riddler-esque, okay? And I think what's really interesting about, is again, another discussion that we have like fleshed out on the pod we were talking about yesterday. But, for me, the Joker, why it's not the Joker is because this was not anarchy, right? This is like, this is putting power back into the, into the hands of the people, etc. Whichever way he does it, full QAnon, Twitch streamer style, sure, that's your way. Go.
He has over 500 followers.
So. He does have 500 followers, right? And he's like it's a very like my brother, man, who's like his favorite movie of all time is Seven, and he was just like, yo, this reminds me so much of Seven.
Yeah,
reminds me so much of like of Fincher and stuff, which is cool.
But
all of
the
these
puzzles
awesome.
they solve in Seven are so good as opposed to
what
here.
are the puzzles? He's basically killing people, dog. He's just killing people.
El Rata URL and like I'm like, come on, guys.
I like that shit. Thumb drive. That shit was twisted and
Thumb
good.
Drive, I laughed really loudly at Thumb Drive. I laughed. That was my favorite scene in the movie. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
You guys,
come
on. Okay, the riddles in the cards are not supposed to be difficult. Okay, they're not supposed to be like, oh, what is the riddle here? That's not the point of it. The ciphers, the reason why he's chasing after this specific group of people. That's the riddle, right? And you see Batman's expression 2 times in this film, which I love. One is when they're in that apartment, when they find the Riddler's apartment after this one is shot, and they go and he starts tracing the images, on the wall, and he finally sees his own face, and then he just goes up and he's like, well, shit. Yeah. And he goes to the Gordon and he says, you know what? I think this gig is up, like my gig is done. This is it. And you're a good cop. He thinks. And the second time is right after that when he goes in for the interrogation. That is beautiful because he keeps saying Bruce Wayne. And he's like, I'm not sure whether this guy knows whether I'm Batman or not. He looks at the camera, he looks back, and he does so much with his eyes. I thought that was fucking lit. That was so nicely done.
Pure
that was awesome.
We all like,
that
fuck,
itna
maine bacha ke rakha hai, dude. Itna.
Like now what?
But the entire Riddler's monologue was very Joker. Very Joker.
I mean, he's a sociopath. He's a sociopath.
But he's a very distinct sociopath from Joker. Like, this was a good villain. There was no reason to call him Riddler, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Disagree.
I think this just comes down to like how it basically like what I was kind of getting to at the beginning, which was that Matt Reeves had a really good idea of what he wanted to make, and then he was just kind of forced to put it into Batman packaging. And therefore, when you're calling the character Riddler, like he can't make a character that's not in the canon of Batman, right? He's not going to be allowed to, at least not yet, be allowed to create a brand new villain to face off against Batman as at least the main villain. So he's like, chalo, let's take Riddler because he's going to leave clues for Batman to find and yada, yada, yada. But I'm not going to put him in green spandex, not going to have the question mark, not going to do the yada, all those things. And so once like half an hour into the movie, you realize, okay, this guy's probably not going to do the Jim Carrey thing in any which way, shape or form.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I had to like just let it go. It was okay.
The Jim Carrey Riddler is more Joker than ever. Okay, that guy is nuts. He's crazy. He is anarchy. He is trying to, bring down the entire, system. I don't know. Listen, guys, yo, this movie fucking ruled. It was so good. I feel more, incensed only because of all this, and I agree with you, man. On any other day, if you guys were, 4 of you were like, fucking this movie was amazing, I would have been like, yeah, it was alright.
I like how now it's become the 4 of us are anti-Tejas. It's 4 of us.
I still like this movie.
Yeah.
No, I know you guys like this movie. I know you guys all enjoyed this movie. And, it is undeniably well made. Like, it is well produced, it's well shot. Greg Fraser does such an amazing job, with the volume, the work that he's done as a DOP and, all the shows that we love, Mando, etc. This guy is it. It's all happening. This is all the right ingredients. Maybe you're right, Rohan. It's not the the sum of its parts, is not equal. It's lesser than, for sure. But I just definitely think that there's so much scope, there's so much potential. It's like, it's done a really good job of table setting this universe really well. Catwoman, we haven't even talked about Catwoman as much, dude. Catwoman was one of the best interpretations, and we've been like lucky and fortunate that every interpretation of Catwoman, including Halle Berry, has been noteworthy. And I'm just, and this one is added to the great pantheon of awesome Catwomen.
She was really good, but she was really forceful. Like, she was really trying to, like, unnecessary. There was no consent whatsoever, dude. Like, he's lying there. She's like, okay, I'm going to kiss you. I'm like, bro, get your shit together, man. He's fucking lying there. He's injured, Just trying to, I felt there was no consent whatsoever.
Oh, man.
Personally, I'm just happy that the Riddler, after many years of Arkham games, has gone from giving tiresome side quests to being the main actual villain. Like, good character development. Good character.
He sent them to him addressed to Batman.
Directly.
One of my favorite things I read about this movie is that this movie is the Batman. It's got the Riddler, who's a villain, played by Paul Dano, and Paul Dano, for the first time in any movie, doesn't get his ass beat. In this movie, of all movies, literally gets his ass kicked in pretty much every movie he's been in. I don't know if you guys have seen Prisoners, but like that is more of a Riddler. I mean, like, it's like a very hardcore interrogation thing happening with him and Hugh Jackman, and just gets his ass kicked in that. And this movie, he's fine.
There will be blood also.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
I want to hear Sahil's unpopular opinion.
Yeah, so guys, I've been waiting to say this for a very long time, and there was only one person in the chat, someone from the league, who said it, and I agree with Ambika. The Riddler from Gotham was the best Riddler of all time.
It was good.
Show Gotham, like that. If I were to think of a Riddler that looks the part, that acts the part, and then does things like, I don't know why, but for me, as much as people hated the show Gotham, I loved it.
Hey, Jishnu and I watched
I can't
2
say I
whole
hated
seasons.
it. We watched a good 2 whole seasons of it before like life happened, and we're like, okay, I have to let something go.
Everything, okay? I saw it.
Is it worth it, Sahil? Please, Sahil, tell me, is it worth it? Should I finish it?
So,
is it over?
Yeah,
it's over. He becomes Batman, dude, in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers
for Gotham. Bruce Wayne becomes Batman.
Sorry.
He could have maybe not been Batman this one time, like it's Schrodinger's Bruce until the box is open.
I don't know if you guys saw Smallville, but
Batman.
literally the exact same thing happens in Smallville.
He becomes Batman in Smallville? That's amazing. That would be a good twist.
Now that's subverting expectations.
Yeah, right there.
Even the Penguin in Gotham was so nice. I really like. I don't know why, but I liked the looks of the people.
I really like that Penguin.
Yeah.
What's his name? Robin Lord Taylor.
Yeah,
right?
Robin Lord Taylor.
Yeah,
Cameron Monaghan as the Joker. Oh my God, he did both versions of that. Some of the characters were. Man, it was decent. I liked that show, and
I'll tell you, like, what I did really appreciate, for all its flaws, was just based on the format that it was at. Like, there was just, you could give a lot of villains that didn't have time to breathe, to like get into the role, like seeing Nigma, going from Nigma into the weirdo.
Yeah.
It's just like having that time to breathe. Like, some episodes were duds, obviously, but
too much time to breathe, Jishnu. 22 episodes, 40 minutes each. way so much. Yeah, man. I don't know. I did like the show. It does remind me of, like, I mean, when you can't compare Jack Nicholson to Heath Ledger, it's like they're very different types of interpretations.
No,
this
I
one
agree.
is a very Zodiac style, yeah.
For sure.
I just had to say that.
He's great. He's solid. He's a legit Joker. Riddler, sorry, my bad.
So yeah, man. This just things about this movie that irked me straight up, like the theme. It's the Darth Vader theme.
Yes!
Just
guys,
stop
guys.
it, yeah.
Yeah, everybody said this.
Just of all people, how dare you agree with this?
Yes.
Okay,
That's the first thing I told you guys when we left the theater. We were talking about, is it a major inversion or a minor inversion?
Can we just
We talked about it goes down, right?
Yes.
Because it's a down.
There's a high pitch version also.
I can't believe you're saying this.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you're saying this.
I couldn't not hear it every time it played.
Like, everyone.
Okay, hold on. Let's explain this.
I can't take this anymore.
Let's explain
These
this.
bullets are
Okay.
bouncing off me.
Yes, it's a 2-note score. Okay,
Tejas,
It's
if
powerful.
you reach,
the Nirvana,
Tejas,
come
if
on.
you've reached,
But-
Tejas, if you have to reach music theory to explain this.
No, you know what? I'll tell you what.
Explain
It's the
music.
same.
That's fine.
One second. It's like people saying, "Oh yeah, the Katy Perry song was ripped off from that." You can't listen. You can't like copyright like freaking like a chord progression. Okay, yes, it is in the same vein of that, but it is inspired a lot by something in the way by Nirvana, and that's really the essence of the.
I don't
of
care
the-
why. I couldn't care less why he did what he did.
I don't.
I
Think,
just don't like what he did.
Is that literally all you thought of when you watched this? When you heard
Yes.
this score?
Yes, it is irritating
Because you know how much we like Star Wars. You know how much you're aware
you're
of those
telling me
themes.
I'm saying-
Therefore,
you think I
I'm like,
don't
hey,
know?
you're gonna play with the Star Wars theme. I'm gonna notice it.
I can't be part of this. I cannot.
I feel like Rohan and Sahil handed us like 2 remotes and went like, if you press the button, the other guy does, and we went for it. Jokered us. They Dark Knight jokered us. Except we weren't good. We were just like, yeah, chalo, thunk.
Yeah. You just,
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Listen. The score
I
was
agree with
fine. It
Sahil
was powerful.
1000%.
It was powerful. Yeah, it is
no, I like
reminiscent,
the
of
theme.
course.
It's nice
But,
enough.
yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah,
I,
it
I
works.
listened to
Hey.
it. It works, but yeah.
One of the first things that the vibes are 10 on 10. Like for what,
Yeah.
I can't deny that it didn't work,
Yeah.
except for the fact that it reminded me of the Imperial March. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
of Vader's theme. I was just like, it's fine. Like it's just a thing. It's not that it was bad. It just was like, I can't ignore the fact that it reminds me of this. End scene.
You know what I've realized?
I have no words.
I've realized that this was it started off as a very casual conversation, and we thought, it'll be a fun chit chat conversation, and I just feel Tejas he's going to. I think it's now 4 of us trying to break him.
Mr. Menon, why don't you take a chill pill?
Yeah.
Why don't you take a chill pill, and why don't you tell your President Biden? Okay. So why don't you? No, Mr. McAdams, listen to me.
Wait.
Mr. Menon, listen to me. If you care so much
You're
about
talking
your
to the wrong-
Gotham,
I am Batman.
I know why.
I am Batman.
Why? If you
Oy vey.
I'm sorry.
Look-
Sorry. I don't know why you're shouting at me, but
Because it's the same as Vader's team. What happened? That's why.
I'm not.
Okay, to bring it.
Can I say only because this is Batman, only like it comes with a big caveat of the fact that like when you're making a movie about something that we already love so much before we even sit down, this is the most harshest criticism I could ever give to an 8 on 10. You know what I mean? If
yeah,
I've given
the
something
standard
else an
is
8 on 10, I'm
extremely
like, great, 8 on 10. Yeah, there's some flaws, but it's fine. It's 8 on 10. Here it's like, yeah, but listen, but you fucked up those things, it's Batman. Like you can't, like you fucked it up. Like it's still good, but you fucked it up. Like that's just coming to it with too much love, is what I'm saying. Like we're coming to the table ready to be disappointed because we're already setting it so high, even if we aren't. You know what I mean? Like even though I didn't see trailers, obviously I'm hyped. It's a Batman movie, and then I'm like, okay,
Yeah, we are
it's
not.
always a.
It's not like we are coming from like a purely like everything sucked. It was the
Yeah,
worst
no,
thing
not
I've
at all.
ever seen.
Yeah.
So like I want like the league also to understand. Our chat is called the league, but I want the league also to understand that we are not coming from a everything is fuck all and you have to
Yeah.
be fuck all. No, it was there. You all kept on mentioning.
We're not hurt. We're just disappointed.
Yeah, that's it. The
We're
fun-
disappointed.
Dude, okay. If I were to list things that I thoroughly enjoyed, okay, the fight scenes, the first time he punched, I remember I'd seen it in the trailer also. I love a good boom, 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 boom. One of those
Great Foley.
Yeah, like
Great sound
unmatched
design.
Pat. I'm like, oh, I love the fury. You could feel the fury. Okay, I absolutely loved his suit. I loved his costume, and I was really upset when he took the batarang and did pooch. Like I have a magnet for my batarang, which he didn't use ever. I loved that he had all his gadgets and he would use the utility belt properly. He had these different gadgets.
What was the thing?
I think they
I was
were-
wondering the whole time. Did he ever use it?
a
The
grappling
white.
hook.
That was
No.
the grappling hook.
Was
no?
it a
That was the grappling hook.
Was
The
it?
grappling hook went from
Because it
there.
looked like a
Yeah.
quiver. It looked like a quiver of them. I was like,
No, I'm pretty sure the grappling hook went from there. Like
The
that
white
was
thing.
cool. Yeah, the thing.
it was
But-
cool.
It was
Yeah,
very
that was cool.
His
That was
suit,
very cool.
His suit, when he did that flying thing, it was not like, Nolan's where he like, lep, and okay, bye. Or like in the games now, where he just flaps, he jumps off and he flaps. You could actually see him,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to zip up, I'm going to, I have
He used
time
a wombat suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have time to zip up and wear this. Great. Batmobile, fuck.
Flying squirrel.
I loved it, okay. I thoroughly loved that chase sequence. It was a lot of fun. And like just I think every time I see the Batmobile in whatever version it is, it is so cool. I was so excited while playing the Batman games that I could ride the Batmobile. That was my highlight. I would just randomly call it out of nowhere and jump into it because I'm like, I am in this car.
I remember the visceral feeling getting to control that thing.
Man, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to list some of the good points. I'm not trying to come out as a complete hater. That just there were things that disappointed me. Again, as a disappointment point, why the fuck did Gordon have absolutely no purpose in the movie? His entire purpose was a foil. His entire thing was, so what do you think, Batman? Batman gives the answer, Jesus. That's it. That's all that he is doing every time. Oh, Batman, what is that? Water. Oh, Jesus. Do more, na, Gordon. Do fucking more. Answer a riddle once for yourself.
I did think there's one really good scene which I liked, and I don't think it's possible without Gordon.
They just agree with me once.
There's this really nice moment when they finally arrest Carmine from the iceberg lounge, and they come out, and he says, maybe not every cop is like the ones that
was nice.
are. Yeah, and then he's kind of leading those men. I thought that was cool, and I thought that was very,
That was great.
That was a Gordon kind of moment. I like that. I did enjoy that.
I also love the scene in the corridor. The first time Gordon and Batman walk onto that crime scene, and all the cops are giving him the stink eye.
Yeah,
that was so awesome. I love that.
That was a cool scene.
Yeah,
that was cool because I like that they didn't do the sort of Nolan-verse sort of in and out of where you turn around and Batman's gone. You turn around and Batman's gone.
No sly bounce.
No sly bounce.
They did it once. He did it once.
To save Alfred.
To save Alfred.
When he's talking and then suddenly he turns and he's like, where did he go? It has to happen. Those tropes of Batman have to happen.
One of the things I liked to just take off that Gordon Batman thing is that, like, a lot of the time Batman didn't have the answer. I thought, like, he figures out the El Rata thing because the Penguin is like, you don't know Spanish. Alfred figures out like another one of the riddles. When he does the parachute thing, he eats shit. Like he just rolls for like a good 45 seconds.
Yeah, he really eats shit.
I appreciate it
because like he starts rolling.
That was
and then,
great.
So true. Yeah.
That's great. Like that the very fallible kind of Batman. This like. Batman who hasn't figured it out yet. Was cool.
Very Daredevil.
Takes
like,
punches.
almost.
There are so many times he got slapped outright, and I'm like, good. It's good.
There were points where he missed like that. Like there's at least one point where he like goes for a punch and just like the other guy dodges it, and I was like, I've never seen that.
But I also really like the scene where they tie the penguin up and then he waddles like an actual penguin.
So good.
I was so happy
smart.
seeing that.
That was a very cool touch. I was like,
a few
that's
jokes.
Awesome. Yeah.
Like the half dozen jokes, all landed. I really liked all the little, like, what do you live in a cave? Little. Now every 20 minutes there's one joke. And I was like, great. That's good.
That's more than enough.
Like when he making fun of Catwoman's cats, there are some.
Man, I loved Catwoman, man. I thought it was so cool because, she's not yet Catwoman, obviously, in this film. And it finally gives that character a reason to be like a thief. Without like without the idea that she just is a cat burglar to begin with outright. I mean, the Anne Hathaway iteration also has that. She's like a Robin Hood-esque, or like she wants to take from the extremely rich and all of that. But I think this one was cool because they take that arc from Dark Victory, which is that this guy is her dad. That was cool. I love that. And finally. Cool. You get a reason for like why she is stealing this money and why she's going down this path, and it's cool. And we get a nice little Bloodhaven nod.
That was nice. Loved it. Bloodhaven was great.
And also, man, can we just have Robin? I would love to see Robin once in my life. I saw in the did we watch the greatest Batman movie in the theater, Dinkar?
Which one?
No.
The
Batman and
the greatest Batman movie of all time.
Batman and Robin. I saw it in the theater. Not Batman Forever. Batman and Robin.
No, the greatest Batman movie of all time. Batman Forever.
Robin is Batman Forever.
Oh, he is in Batman Forever. It's true.
Chris O'Donnell.
Yes, Chris O'Donnell.
The one with the credit card, right? With the bat card.
That's
Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but I really want to see a good Robin in like live action. Like that would be amazing, man. That would be
Sahil, to your point about Gordon in this one, you're right, and like he wasn't doing all that much per se, but I felt like because of the buddy cop nature, I was getting solid Burt Ward vibes off of him, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Like I liked him being just like the bumbling, like he's a lieutenant, right? So he's just like he has some authority to be able to like speak to Batman privately, but that's about it. Like he can't really do much with it. But it's like, chalo, Batman needs somebody to like bounce ideas off of. Clearly, he's not talking to Alfred much, right? So who's he going to talk to?
No, like in that aspect.
क्योंकि वो तो सच में वेन है ही नहीं.
Yeah, that scene where he's with Gordon and he's just like, and Gordon is like pretending to kind of
that
was
aces.
be a hard ass. That was
I could watch that all day. I could watch it all day.
That was a great scene.
So funny. Love that.
It's like it's not. See now, Tejas, now you're turning me to that side, but like it's not. I'm not saying like it was that bad. I just had to get out some of the negative thoughts that I had with regards to the movie up top. I am actually quite fascinated with how they would take the universe forward because they are going fully grounded. They are not even going like they're not going grotesque penguin, like which was Danny DeVito penguin was black goo coming out of his mouth penguin. They are going very realistic, very like to the this thing. Joker, I think they are going to do the same burnt face and hair.
I hope they don't do the Joker at all.
Same.
Yeah, I just hope I couldn't give a shit about the Joker.
Just
he can fuck
now,
off. Yeah, he can just fuck off.
we need a break. We need a break from Jared Leto.
Like I would love it if there's just this moment, right? So my dream for like the second movie here is literally just I really wanted to be like this 2.5 hour or rather 2 hour Raid Redemption style escape from Arkham.
There is a Green Lantern arc like that, right? Called Supermax that they want.
I would just
Green Arrow, sorry.
Green Arrow, sorry, But no, I would love to see like an escape from, and I would love it if in the first 30 seconds of it, like the Joker gets out and it's just like his spine is crushed under Batman and goes down, and then we just never see him again. And that's just it. And then you just move on.
I'm in for that.
Yeah, same.
If we had to get a new villain for the next movie, who would you want to watch? Okay, like I'll tell you, I want to see Mr. Freeze on screen. And
I was gonna say Freeze,
Yeah, Freeze would be good. Hush would be great. I would like
Hush,
to see.
I was gonna say.
Clayface is very interesting, very underused character.
Clayface is great, yeah.
Clayface.
But I mean, like, I don't know too much about the backstory of Clayface as much. But like same like him, Solomon Grundy, all these like kind of big tank type, villains. But yeah, Mr. Freeze is like a harrowing, like a tragic
I'd
arc,
love
right?
to see how they do Mr. Freeze in a grounded way. That would be really interesting.
Hey, wait, no, I'm an idiot. I misspoke. I meant Scarface. If they could do like a the puppet, the puppet,
that's
puppet with the crazy ventriloquist. I would.
The Mad Hatter.
Then
Also, if they could, then would be nice to see Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange would be great.
Nice, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mainly know Mad Hatter and Hugo from the games.
Dude,
And are those pretty accurate from the Arkham games? Are they pretty accurate?
Yeah.
Very much like the comics.
I don't know, but like, the more I'm talking about this, the more I'm discussing with you guys, I'm just thinking that the 3 or 4 Arkham games have to be the best version of Batman out there. Like, it's just everything
Pretty
about
fucking
it.
Arkham City is one of the best Batman stories.
Which is the one with Joker like from Undead,
Arkham
the
City.
ghost.
That's in Night.
That's in Night. That's in Night.
Is it Night?
It is Night.
But he's haunted by the Joker?
He's
that's Night.
literally in his
Yeah, I
brain.
love that. Fucking love it.
I was just thinking. I know Gotham Knights. I think is doing
That's
Code
the
of
new one which
Owls.
is coming out.
Yeah.
But like even if you do a Code of like a Gates of Gotham, like because this Gotham is something that everybody loves. Like if there is something that goes back into like Gates of Gotham, the arc from the comics or Code of Owls or anything like that, that could be also
God of Owls would be awesome.
like very nice to do.
Code of Owls would be great.
God of Owls would be
so
very,
many
very
nice ways of
Code of Owls
taking this
is
forward.
coming in the game, by the way. So
Yeah,
That's
it
what I
is.
said,
That's
Knights.
Gotham Knights.
Knights.
Yeah, it's Gotham
Knights.
Knights. It's in Gotham.
very, very excited for that. Like, I mean,
And there's a CW show also, if I'm not mistaken, right? Gotham
Yeah.
Knights, yeah. that's coming
Gotham
as well.
Knights CW
That
show is
is?
coming out.
Yeah. I was reading about that somewhere. But man, yeah, dude, the Batman is so cool. You know what I love about it is that there's so many different interpretations. Like Lego Batman movie, the Lego Batman movie may be one of my favorite Batman movies.
Will Arnett. Will Arnett is my Batman.
It's just it's so funny and it's still a really good story. It's still
Exactly.
got
It's a great Batman story. It's just a fun story. Like
and I think we've just reached that era and the time where we can let Matt Reeves do three really dark, really,
Oh,
gritty
I'd be
kind of
down
Batman
for
movies.
it. Like, I'd be down for like a nice self-contained trilogy.
And-
That's
Yeah, exactly. And don't forget, we still have Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton showing up in this new Flash movie,
In
which
theory,
I'm not
yeah.
looking forward to. But I hope they do well. I like Andy Michelle.
apparently this is the last Batfleck appearance, right?
Yeah, it is. He's done, I believe.
Yeah,
So.
I mean,
Mhm.
this is the trope, right? I feel this year's trope is very simple. Pick out old characters / alternate universe characters. Done. It's working for Spider-Man.
Also, no, I think, you know what? It's also just, I think this is the housekeeping year. This is the year everybody's doing their housekeeping, basically. Because even No Way Home sort of orders things.
Yeah.
Now, Multiverse of Madness is also going to do housekeeping.
Yeah.
And Flashpoint is
Housekeeping,
going to
no,
do
it looks like it's
housekeeping.
gonna blow shit up, don't you think?
No, but
Like-
all housekeeping, right? Bring everybody in. We have to
Oh,
introduce these
that
6
way, yeah.
people.
Oh, yeah.
So
fair
this
enough.
is housekeeping year. This is housekeeping year.
Oh, I thought Endgame would be, bookkeeping.
Endgame
then,
was
like,
though. That
end
was
of
like
financial
cleaning
year.
house. That was like cleaning
Yeah.
house.
that was like
Cleaning house.
I'd be amazed to see how DC does any housekeeping though. Like at this point, there's so many balls up in the air that they're just walking around going
Yeah,
They
"Movie's
literally-
okay, fuck.
Yeah.
How do you do this?"
That's how The Rock got his movie greenlit. He was just like,
Yeah.
I'm The Rock. I want a movie. They're like, oh, okay, fine,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
fuck it.
Everybody does this now. They're like, "You want to be Joker? You can be. Anybody
Yeah.
can be."
Yeah. Oh man, exciting times though. Exciting times.
100%. Exciting
It
times.
is. I discussed this as like I think when we had the Batman conversation, I told you guys also I had this Batman action figure that I had as a kid, and I would play around with it, and I used to think I was actually controlling Batman. In like okay, if I move him around in real life in Gotham City, Batman's fighting people, and it was like I spent a lot of my life controlling that Batman figure. Okay, so it's a very it holds.
He was a voodoo doll.
Yeah, it was actually
Just gonna say.
yeah. Batman's fighting. Oh, what did you do? But
Papi Gudiya.
Judwa situation.
Why am I kissing the Joker suddenly?
Oh man.
so Batman
God.
really
ended.
like holds a very, very close, like of all the characters, I just thoroughly love the character. I've read everything. I just started reading GCPD.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
Gotham Central.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Oh, what a
start-
great
I'm starting
fucking
Gotham
series.
Central. I've played everything. I've seen the games. I've seen everything. So when you come in with that expectation, that entire it's everything, and you come in without expectations, but there still is so much you have in your mind of what you thought the character would be. With that in mind, I didn't quite get what I wanted, and which is why I gave you these opinions. That's just settling the.
I think I'm pretty much that Sahil's. I'm the same. I have great love and respect for the character, and decent beginning has been made. But let's just say that the second movie cannot be exactly more of this. That would be
agreed.
like it needs
Yeah.
It needs to Empire Strikes
Some
Back.
course correction.
They've done
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 hours of this. I think that's even more than enough.
That's
but,
more than enough. Yeah.
but Ron, you really are pushing 40 because now you're like going to Matt Reeves and like, why can't you be like Nolan's Batman movie?
Not at
Why
all.
can't
You
you-
don't have to be like Nolan's Batman movie at all. Please
I
be
feel
your own
like-
thing, right? Because again, like I'm the guy. I love the Keaton movie. I love the Tim Burton movies.
Yeah.
I love Batman Forever. I'm that guy. I love Lego Batman.
Yeah.
I love. I'll take any great Batman story, right? I would just like a Batman story that fixes some of the issues from this one, where I look at it and go, like, this is very much looking back, like for me, this is very much Iron Man 1, like at best, where you go, yeah, fantastic sort of setup, this, that, remarkable that this is happening, but it has to get better from here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that
And it
has
really
to get
didn't for a
better
second
from
there.
here. And it didn't,
It
exactly.
really
right?
didn't.
It really didn't for a while.
It took a while. It took 20
a
movies
very
before
long
a character
time.
was vindicated.
Yeah, it's true.
Super
Yeah.
true.
It's true. But
Same page. I think the way I saw it, this all felt like step one. Like they're setting up a Bruce / Batman with so many flaws, still not where he eventually will get to. This is basically like teenage angst Bruce, right? Or teenage angst Batman.
Yeah.
So no one's cool when they're an angsty teenager. So this is gonna get better. And I mean, by that I mean Batman is gonna get
teenage Batman, baby.
That should be the theme for the next movie. At least it'll be more than 2 notes. That'll be great. I just hope that, going ahead from this film, I think, in hindsight, maybe few years. I mean, like, I remember everyone coming out from Batman Begins going like, that was a great film, but not until The Dark Knight, it kind of was really, the benefit of hindsight go like, oh, Batman Begins was really like, that was aces. That was great. So I really hope that, in context to maybe the sequels of these films, we might like look upon this one and go like, oh, that was the one that, started all. That's where I see that's the potential that this thing has. So, yeah.
With that, can I add one tiny
something very similar
that?
happened with the Apes trilogy, may I remind you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Yeah. And I love, man.
But did he also direct the first one? Or
no, he didn't do it. Rupert Wyatt did the first one.
Correct.
He did the second two.
Yeah, there we go.
Did he write the first one?
No, he wasn't involved.
No, he wasn't involved.
He wasn't involved in the first one. Okay.
That's how he got into WB's books, I suppose, with War of the Planet of the Apes.
I have to just read out a few chats. I mean, everyone obviously has given their opinions with regards to who would be great villains. A lot of references for Mr. Freeze, Ventriloquist, Mad Hatter. Danny Elfman still has the best Batman theme. I agree.
Oh yeah,
Hang on.
Yeah. Everyone agrees that Batman is still learning. This is year 2 of Batman. He's still learning a lot of things, how to be a great detective, how to fight. In fact, like we mentioned earlier, that entire scene where he reveals that he's Bruce Wayne and he's like, what the fuck did you do? How did I not? Huh? You put bomb? Fuck, what did I do? Oh shit. Like, I love that. Oh fuck, I fucked up. That face of lucky buddy hai. Then DC is apparently making a few movies and shows about the villains, so that is going to be extremely exciting.
There's an Arkham show,
There's an Arkham
I
show,
would love to see that. Giancarlo Esposito for Mr. Freeze. Oh hell yeah!
Oh wow! All day,
Nice.
That'd be great.
That
solid.
Make him a red shirt and I'll fucking die. Just anything.
Yeah.
Put him in anything. It's okay.
Two things we have to discuss. One that the chat mentioned. Two things that the chat mentioned. Actually, one was that what was the thing that Batman injected at the end? Was it Venom?
Yeah, was it Venom? It looked yellow, right?
I mean,
it was green.
It was green.
It had that Venom vibe.
But
I mean, maybe that's a nod to it, but yeah, I don't know if. I mean, I'm sure it was just like adrenaline. I think he's done that in the comics as well, right?
Yeah. It seemed the effect was very much like adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like he
Because
just
he did go into like a roid rage kind of situation.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
But that's basically it. Like, that was actually the moment I was talking about at the very beginning about like just extended like way too long. Like, he gets roid rage, he starts wailing away at the dude, and that's when Gordon has to pull him back. But in that moment, he has that realization of like, oh my God, what have I become? I don't mean to do this. I want to help, right? That, because it was 2 and a half hours into the movie, I was like, good, I'm glad we reached this point. But like, you don't need to sit here for 3 minutes and have me watch this guy punching. Same thing with like saying goodbye to Selena. Like, they have him on the roof, they kiss, oh my God, it's romantic, it's whatever, it's cool. But then for 5 hours, they're driving.
And dude, it's literally, okay, a friend of mine described it as, you know how when you say bye to someone and then you both start walking in the same direction? That's how a friend of mine described it. And then that weird thing happens where like, he goes ahead, then she goes ahead. Then he goes ahead, and she goes ahead. And
that's what writers do, guys. It was so hot.
It was so hot. It was one chapri moment away from Batman putting his leg on her bike, and the other bike was
we were this close to Doom 4. We were this close. We were this fucking close.
But Fast and Furious. I mean, like the parting of ways. They did.
Like, the simplest thing I'll say is that, like, I've been giving a lot of critiques of little nitpicky things, but I really feel like if all he does in the next movie is just expedite it and does more or less the same thing, I'll actually be quite happy. If he just like removes these like freaking belabored moments, which just, we get it. Also, like, they don't need to be this long. It'll be half an hour shorter at the very least. And I have utmost faith in Matt Reeves. I'm sure like
it had little Marvel third act fatigue vibes though. It did. Like that entire like, it really for me just felt like by the climax it given up. Like, for example, right, that entire scene, dude. All right, now Sahil, back me up here, okay? We are comedians. We were writing a comedy sketch, all right, where a cop is like, ma'am, you can't go out there. They'll shoot you. And she's like, but I have to go out there. And then she goes out there. And 2 seconds later, you hear a gunshot. That would be the comedic version we'd write. Right? It would be like, okay, and she sort of comes back with like a hole in her head.
You are right. You are absolutely right. I didn't see this.
That's
coming.
literally how it happened, alright? That's literally how it happened. Man, you can't go there. But I have to talk to people. But ma'am, okay.
So funny. So
Arey!
funny.
Arey!
And she survives. Everyone survives. Nobody has any fatal injuries.
Dude, that entire
in
thing,
this
all
movie.
of Gotham will have to go rushing to Gotham Garden. Apparently, Gotham has 14 citizens, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only place for higher ground. And they show this flooded city where like fucking the water's up till here. This, that,
Everybody
everything.
dead.
I'm like,
Dude, a
Yeah.
lot of people must have died, right? Like that is, it's not
Like,
a very,
died as fuck.
it's quite a evil plan. Even the Joker's like, dude, I just
Yeah.
took 2 boats. What the fuck, dude? This is a job, dude.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. So, nice. Okay, we'll give it a
good effort. Good effort. Good effort.
good first movie.
Good effort. Good effort. And let me put it this way: I want to see more from this universe. At least let's say
Yes.
that. Like I'm with
1000%.
you guys on that. That I'm
All
not
in.
like fuck this,
All in.
shut it down right now. That's not the vibe.
I enjoyed
Keep going,
it.
just good fast.
Yeah, I think
I'm the
basically
lenient
when
English
is-
teacher. You get 100 on 100. It's fine.
He took too many supplements. Yeah, that was it. Just like this paper was way too long.
Yeah.
I got it.
Just-
I like what he had to say.
I mean, like he wasn't the most muscular Bruce Wayne I have ever seen. Like even when he removed this thing, like it was just like, okay, I've probably just started working out, you know, like not like if you look at Batfleck, you're like, what the fuck, dude? You're a
Yeah,
proper
that was-
tank,
Yeah,
dude. You're
yeah.
a chonk, you know.
Yeah.
He's
Batman
very
is a
comic
chalk.
book. Yeah, Arkham Asylum looking Batman. he was,
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think guys, y'all can, if y'all have any other finishing opinions, please let me know. League, please let me know if y'all have any finishing opinions with regards to the movie or anything that we've not discussed. I think we've discussed probably everything that we had to with regards to the movie, and it was really nice because we kind of divided some opinions in the chat also. People were hating us, people were appreciating us, but okay, now this is how it is. You know, this is how movies are. Movies are definitely going to divide people. So yeah.
But I feel like in honor of the Batman, now that we've all made our point, we should stay here for another 2 hours, right?
And how about this, Rohan? When you go home, I think we all will follow you, and then
Yeah.
oh shit, too funny.
You could just play your animation on loop for 2 hours and people can wait for the post-credit scene.
Same thing. Year 2 Batman. Yes, muzzle flash scene in corridor, done to death. I don't find anything new with it.
Rogue One did it
What is
better.
this?
The flash sequence where he's fighting.
Muzzle flash
I have one
in
last,
darkness.
I have one last thing to say, which is that I pinned my like issue with the fight sequences down to, even if you want to go for grounded, realistic beatdowns, all right, this is where my main problem is. Any random episode of Daredevil did it better.
Yeah.
Like even if you're just going with the idea of a beatdown that feels like it hurts, any random episode of Daredevil did that better, and that's a problem. I'm not saying it has to be fantastical and be fucking wusha or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. All right, I'm just saying that
Dude,
thoda to
that-
creativity,
I think they're different.
thoda.
I think they're different.
If you're gonna get into a beatdown, do a little bit like.
No, it did remind me a lot of Daredevil though, and yes, I absolutely love Daredevil, so I get it. Yeah, 100%.
That's also because I think Daredevil is more, it's not R, but it felt more R-rated than this movie actually did. In ways. Especially like the Punisher thingy that happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's completely R-rated.
Things like that. That moment alone is just like miles more visceral than any part of this movie.
Agreed.
Like, so, yeah.
Yeah, I think more or less, same thing. People are just saying the same things that
like us only.
Daredevil, please. No, that's a different this thing. Way better fight choreography than Nolan trilogy. I think I would agree with that. It was good. I think that's about it. And as Kushagra said, Rohan is just not up for this version of Batman.
I am up for this version of Batman, but I'm just not as up for it as some other people seem to be up for it. That's where I'll leave it. I'm up for it. I'm just not as up for it. That's all.
You just want to see Bruce Wayne sit down with his accountants and spend like 40 minutes going like, okay, where is this expense coming from?
Like, and by the way, Alfred, tum veno. Veno.
We just want to see Alfred loved, guys. It's fine. I get
like
it.
my chartered accountant sometimes calls me. He's like, dude, you should definitely try buying something. Huh? We'll save tax. So I think that would be a great Batman. He's like, dude, you want a new Batmobile? What tax bachega?
That's
No,
why it's a
also,
muscle
people are
car. It's an
saying in the
oldie.
chat- I agree with people in the chat. The censorship was annoying. Like, fuck, the random muting of words
When
was
is it
a
not,
pain in
yeah?
the ass. Like,
Stop
just
it, yeah.
horrible. Just horrible, guys. We're
Hey, did either of your guys' screenings have intermission right at the moment Bruce's Batman is upside down with the flames behind him in the chase
No.
sequence?
No,
'Cause
no,
we got
no.
to see it twice.
Oh,
It was
nice.
beautiful.
That's not a
Nice,
good thing,
nice.
Jishnu. I hated
Yeah.
that they cut that. It was so annoying.
Obviously, it was.
My
terrible.
ass
Yeah.
No,
And again, I didn't see a
I've
trailer,
reached-
so I didn't know that was happening. So it's
I've
epic as fuck. I
reached-
got to see it for the first
Yeah.
time. I was like, yeah. Oh, chalo popcorn.
The one where Penguin is seeing him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he's upside down, like the minute Penguin flips, you see
But
Bruce or
it
you
says-
see Batman
it says
walking.
a lot. It says a
Stuff
lot
like that.
about Indian theaters that when that scene started, I was like, please don't have an intermission here.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't. My
God,
first thought was
watching
don't.
movies in the theater here is so
Don't do
Dude,
it.
nice.
Spider-Man, the moment Spider-Man gets punched, he's thrown out of the window, he starts climbing
Ah,
up. You
right.
see Lizard's face come in, intermission. I'm like, why the fuck would you do this?
Dude,
Like
What?
there's so many
Dude.
moments of calm. where you
the
could
original
cut.
Star Trek, the original, as in not the rebooted Star Trek movie, dude, PVR, I'm not kidding. Intermission sequence comes literally as fucking like Winona Ryder has fallen and like Vulcan is starting to implode. And suddenly, in the middle of
It's
Vulcan
just like,
imploding, this
Guess what
popcorn
happens
appears.
next?
This giant popcorn image appears, dude.
You
Literally,
won't,
this
you won't
giant
believe what happens
popcorn
next.
Oh,
image
man.
appeared. I'm like, ah.
I'll give you one. I think Tejas and I were watching The Jungle Book together, and just like it's a musician thing. You're
Oh,
waiting
yeah.
for it. It's the bare necessities.
Oh no!
What do you mean?
Tough,
What do you
tough,
mean? You started the
tough.
song. You started the song.
So bad.
The fact that this happens at the same point in all theaters, in
I think it's
like,
a true.
PVR,
They're trolling
like,
now.
this means they're sitting down for meetings, going like, okay, where is the best spot we can do this?
What is the
Like,
most
us-
inopportune
yeah.
moment?
Like
Yeah.
the next
It's also like,
Batman
what's the
movie-
point where you know they won't leave? They won't leave in the
Like-
intermission. They have to see. They have to see the scene.
Oh,
The
that makes sense.
The next movie villain is going to be that golden dude in PVR, you know, the ta-da-da, you know, the golden Devanand dude. He's
I
going
hate that. Yeah.
he's going to be the next villain.
God.
All right, guys. I think that's everything that we had with regards to the Batman. If anyone has anything else you'd like to discuss, please, floor is open. But I am done saying everything that I had to say. I saw it on Friday. No, I saw it on Saturday. I messaged Rohan. I waited for this discussion. It's all out of my system.
It's
Nice.
done. I can move on with my life.
Yep.
Now it Doctor Strange.
Now, oh my god, shit, crazy shit.
No, the
Crazy.
next one is Moon Knight, right? Not exactly.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean, we're not going to
Moon
see
Knight.
the end until way
Moon
beyond,
Knight,
yeah.
and then everybody's favorite, the Secret History of Albus Dumbledore, whatever it's called.
Yes.
What the
Yes.
hell did you say?
Remember,
Oh,
you
Secrets
forgot that
of-
movie existed, right?
Oh, I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, the trailer was before Batman. That was the one.
Oh God, I can't, guys. I can't.
I'm already tired.
I can't.
You don't like the HPCU?
I-
is what you're saying?
I will.
You are not a fan?
I
Wizarding
like
World
that
has
first
got-
movie.
Wizarding
oh,
World.
if you guys want to hear
there's
our
like
thoughts
a
on it,
logo card and everything now.
listen. If you guys want to hear our thoughts on it, we have a podcast called The Nerdatorium that comes out every Monday. Please listen to it. That would be
Yes,
great.
please.
Good plug. Solid one.
It's part of
Yeah.
our community called Geek Fruit, where Dinkar, Jishnu, and I wax poetic about Harry Potter and why it sucks.
And I am going to come on the podcast and be like, no, 1 second.
1 second. It
Let me
rules.
just tell you
It
something.
rules.
Oh no, what have I done?
Let me tell you, Albus. Okay, Albus as a character. Okay.
Listen. I actually enjoyed
This is
that.
young
It was
Albus.
fantastic.
He's still learning. This is your two Albus.
I enjoyed Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Okay, I enjoyed it. Dinkar, you turncoat, I swear to God.
You're
Dinkar
but-
hates that movie
Hilarious.
as much as I do.
Oh
Okay?
yeah, I hate it.
That second movie, and by the way, it has Zoe Kravitz in that. Isn't she in that?
Oh
छोड़ो
yeah.
Hagrid,
Yes.
छोड़ो
Who is
Hagrid,
not in that
छोड़ो.
movie?
तुम तो पॉटर थे ही नहीं कभी.
Oh god.
Oi.
I really, Ron, did you watch this movie in Hindi? I just maybe that's kind of why.
That scene was in Hindi, dude. That scene was in
Just
Hindi.
that scene.
In all theaters around the world, that scene was in Hindi. Right? Even if you didn't know Hindi, instinctively you got it. It was like watching lower end Shah Rukh Khan and lower end Amitabh Bachchan from low rent Mohabbatein, doing a low rent scene, and it was horrible.
Oh man, I am.
Batman.
Listen. I'm looking forward.
Sorry,
looking
Tejas,
forward to
sorry,
Harry
one
Potter.
second. We have to just say Mohabbatman.
Mohabbatman.
Batman. All right.
Anyone who's
Mohabbatman.
watching, this is what we always do. If someone's watching, please feel free to Photoshop.
Parampara Pratishtha
Yeah.
Vengeance.
Vengeance. Yeah, exactly.
Batman in that university with a shawl around his neck and a violin, and Mohabbatman, and please tag us. Please, we want this masterpiece to exist in the universe. We want
It has to
Mohabbatman
happen.
to be there. It has to happen. Sorry, Tejas, last thing.
No, it's totally cool. Harry Potter, that's all. Mads Mikkelsen. Let's go. I'm excited. That's all.
Good pep talk.
So we're going to wrap up the stream. I have a question to ask you. Okay, now this is completely unrelated. Chat also you can join in. I'm not trying to do any sort of like showing off or anything, but randomly now my thing on Twitter is to randomly tweet to people saying say hi to me. Okay, Mark Hamill said hi to me. Taika Waititi said hi to me. I was very, very happy with myself. Okay, today just for Kida, I said Ryan Reynolds should say hi to me. Please say hi to me. He said hi to me. Then he said too many exclamation marks, and I was like, oh my god, best thing ever. Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe it. Then he followed me.
Who did?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally missed who you said with this too.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
the guy
Reynolds,
from,
right?
I'm just
Pikachu.
like doing time pass, and then I see Ryan Reynolds followed me, and I'm like, there's a big part of me that's like, oh fuck yeah, but there's also a big part of me that knows how sometimes you're liking a tweet and you accidentally hit follow.
No, dude. Oh, yo. No, he totally.
That's a whole
He's
swipe away, no?
Yeah.
He must have seen your profile. He must have seen that you're like a super nerd and like this is a cool person to
now
follow.
my
And boom.
question is very simple. I was thinking of sending a DM.
Yeah.
Oh,
Binge-O-Clock.
100%.
Not
yeah,
Binge-O-Clock, not Binge-O, just general DM like, hey,
Hey,
hi,
you up?
how are you? yeah, hey, you up, you up.
Hey, you are.
Yeah, you could slide.
Do it.
I should
Okay,
slide,
just,
no?
just
I should
don't
slide,
pitch,
no?
Just don't pitch bungee pen.
Yeah, I won't pitch bungee pen. I won't
Just
pitch anything.
don't
I
pitch
won't-
bungee pen. That's my
My thing
only
is,
request.
see, my predicament is very simple. If I were to slide, he'll realize that, oh fuck, I followed this guy. Then he'll unfollow me. So, or I should take the chance while he is and DM him.
be cool. Listen, he's following you now, so whatever you tweet, like he's gonna be seeing that. So that's it. That's
Like
the game.
like my SRK, like Salgay, and when I take part in those hashtags,
Yeah.
Rahul Gandhi Bachao, what hashtag?
Yeah. He's gonna see some crazy shit. That's gonna be fun.
Okay, cool. Just
So that's,
I was
I
like,
think you've got to do the slide though.
I have to do a slide, no? I should take
Yeah,
the
yeah,
chance,
yeah.
no?
You have
Or maybe
to do it.
tell him something. What doesn't he have a movie coming out this weekend?
Yeah.
The Adam
You always have
Project.
That's so true, Jishnu. Oh gosh, he always has a movie coming out.
It's true.
Okay, chalo, I'm gonna slide and I'm gonna keep you guys posted on
You have
Nice,
to do
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have to
that's
do
so
it.
exciting.
I'm
That's cool.
invested.
Please do.
I'm
Even
invested.
I'm very
Try
invested
while
in
it's
the
hot.
slide, dude. It felt like a crush because I have kept a draft of a message that every half an hour I'm editing, and I'm like,
Nice.
no, I shouldn't start this way. No, I shouldn't end. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm sweating, palpitating. I'm like, this is a big crush moment.
Oh wait, so
No, it is a
you
big-
thought about this for 30 minutes before you tweeted, but then he followed you.
No, I didn't. When he followed, then I was like, holy fuck, he's followed me. And then for 1 hour, I've been composing a draft.
Since then, you've been
Oh, I see.
your diary.
Yeah.
You didn't think
like-
about it when you tweeted him first, right?
No, it was just saying
Oh, so that
hi.
seems to work, dog.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, dude.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
Follow
cool.
your gut.
I will let you guys know if he accepts my date.
Please do.
Nice. The Sahil project.
The Sahil
Yeah.
project. All right, guys, that is the end of today's stream. I mean, I would like to thank everybody for coming. Before we get into the final, like, hi, hello, and everything, just any announcements? Tejas, Dinkar, Jishnu, any announcements?
We're doing a collective announcement. They just do the plug.
Like I said, we are Geek Fruit. We're a nerd community, and like we did a podcast a long time ago called the Geek Fruit Podcast, which had 340 episodes. Exactly this kind of conversation with exactly this kind of this kind of vibe, and like and Rohan and Sahil and all have been featured like in a lot of the things that we've done in the past. Including the table read that we're talking about, the Dark Knight table read. We should do a lot of fun.
Link is
nerdy
on
events.
top of the chat right now.
Yeah, guys, I
for the
have
table
just
read.
pinned the chat. I'll also pin it. Okay, I'll also pin
Oh,
it.
sick.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and
Okay,
I'll also
Thank you.
put it as a comment. But please subscribe to Geek Fruit. See
Oh, yeah,
all
that
the
would be
previous
Yes,
episodes.
go do it now.
Yeah.
And so we finished that podcast. We have a new show called the Nerdatorium, which happens we have an episode every Monday. What episodes have we done so far, Jishnu?
We have done. What was the last one that came out?
Great.
We just talked about musicals and the year of Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
We've talked about Boba Fett, obviously. If you haven't heard us talk before, you're likely to hear Star Wars brought up in most every episode for some reason or another. Get used to it. Have we talked about Batman? Yes, we have. So on Monday, you're going to see basically the exact same conversation, just with fewer
you're
voices.
going to see the prequel to this conversation. You're like, man, we all love Batman.
That much more enthusiasm for
we
the
love
same.
Star
We love
Wars.
the
We're doing a
Batman.
prequel to this episode.
And you're going to see Jishnu and Dinkar's enthusiasm before this episode started.
So we have that show come out, and we're doing some events in May with May the 4th and things like that. So stay tuned to that. Yeah.
Very, very excited. So please subscribe to the channel. And I've also put all the socials as well as everything. I'll put them as a pinned comment as soon as this video is done. Rohan, any other announcements?
I'm very sorry. My announcement is 11:30 and I'm very sleepy. I guess that's my announcement. Other than that, no, nothing. Streams and all are happening. देखेंगे हो जाएगा. We have another stream happening.
Yeah, the next Binge-O-Clock is going to happen 7:30 on Saturday. It's about detective books. So detective books and the show
sick! Which detective?
You're talking Pikachu?
No, we are talking about we're going to be talking about Agatha Christie and other murder
that's
mystery
cool.
books.
Awesome.
There's a show also called Magpie Murders, which we're going to be talking
I'm
about.
watching that. It's so nice. I love it.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about. So Saturday 7:30, second episode of Binge-O-Clock this week. Those are all the announcements we have. Thank you so much to everybody who was watching this stream. Thank you so much for everybody who saw us fight and rip our throats out. We are still friends with each other as these are not
one last smash of the like button.
Yeah,
friends. One last smash of the like button.
If you've enjoyed this, please smash it. And if anyone you know has seen I'm saying Star Wars, my God. If anyone has seen The Batman or anyone is going to see
It worked.
It worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Send them this link and tell them that we got 5 people to agree to disagree about the Batman, and please tell them to watch it. And that's about it. Those are all the announcements. We shall see you on Saturday 7:30. Please set a reminder. As for the last thing is, thank you so much, Dinkar, Tejas, and Jishnu for coming on board.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys. Thanks, Rohan.
Thank you all for having me.
Super fun, man.
Genuinely
Full
a fun
fun.
conversation. I thought it would be really peaceful, and then it devolved really quickly. So
We all learned something.
No, yeah. I think
we definitely have.
Thanks, you guys.
And on that note, I'm going to end the stream. Chalo, bye. Oh, wait. I have to do end music. My God, I always forget. And end music.